Welcome back to another episode of NaytonTech. Today we're going to be going over Logitech's G933 Artemis Spectrum wireless gaming headset. This headset is available in 3 colors, black, white, and a Mass Effect Andromeda style black and white mix. It's wireless as well as wired, so it does give you a whole bunch of connectability to different devices. It is supported on the PC, supported for mobile devices, home theater, game consoles. I've used it on my PS4. It does work with the Xbox, but sometimes it requires either additional cabling or adapter. Let's go ahead and break it out, and I'll kind of go over some of the hardware specs of it, and then we'll get into more of some of my opinions and stuff. I actually bought a case for mine from CO2 Cray. I believe that's how you pronounce it. It's a mostly hard case, soft felt lining, so I can take it back and forth. I actually use these at work for video conferencing and stuff. So the mic on these and the headset and stuff, it's actually really nice. Works perfectly with our Skype software we use at work. So these are the headsets. They're quite large. Actually, let me throw these on real quick so you can kind of see. They are quite large, but they are very comfortable. Complete over the ear, not 100% sound deadening. You can still hear people talking for the most part. It is muffled, but you can hear that going on. Full swivel. Well, not full, but quite a bit of swivel here on the head, on the earpieces. They are made of like a, what do they call it? It was a sports mesh material. They do say these are removable and you can wash them. So that's kind of a nice addition that Logitech put on there. Both of the end pieces on your ear cups here are removable. The left one houses the dongle. And there's a couple things I want to talk about on this dongle. We'll get to that here in a minute. The RGB colors. This is 16.8 million color RGB programmable, so you can do that from Logitech software. On the right ear side, or ear cup, has a removable and replaceable battery. Not sure if I can get that out easily. Which I like because which means that this battery is replaceable. I did look it up on Amazon and it was about 20 bucks. So not bad for a headset that allows you, to basically keep using it for a long time. See if I can get this cable back in here. You don't have to worry about your battery going dead and then the device being useless. Being a little difficult. I know I pulled this battery out before. There. The earpieces are held in by magnets, but I've never had a problem with them just popping off because they want to. You still have to pry them. There's a little finger notch here to get them off easily. The top here is also the same mesh for the top of your head. These do have some weight to them, and I have heard other reviewers complain that if you move around a lot, they want to either fall forward or back on your head. From the reviews I was watching, it seems like they're either watching it like way back here on kind of the back crown of your head, and they wanted to fall back all the time. I wear mine pretty straight up, and I haven't had any issues with them wanting to fall forward or back. So I think it's more just placed on your head on if these want to fall off or not. Let's see. They do have some flex to them. So you can, if you have a larger head or whatnot. I've worn these for a few hours and haven't had any issues with discomfort. The pads do have quite a bit of softness to them. Let's see, go over the buttons here on the back. Up top, you have your power button. You have your G3, which by default, if you don't program anything into it, will change like your listen modes, kind of equalizer modes for the default. I think there's 3 or 4 of them that come built in. Let's see, this one, the G2, you know, I have to double check on this one. I don't remember what that one is. The G1 is lighting. You do have a mute button for the mic. This I have never used, and I'll show you why here in a bit. And then you've also got your volume, and it does have little notches that you can feel as you rotate it up. Not sure if you can hear that in my mic. The mic on the front is hidden, so it pulls down, but it hides away. If you look at both sides, if you didn't know it was there, you probably wouldn't even notice that it pulls out right here. It does extend. Let's see if we get this better in the camera. Just extend a little bit, and then it does have a little bit of flexibility. There is an LED on this. There's a little, what would you call this? Like a pressure point right here. If you push it up to about here, you'll notice a red light comes on. That's your mic is off. And then you push it down just a little bit. And I think it's just the red light goes off. There isn't another light there. And that's your mic is on. I've never used the mute button. I usually just push my mic up past that pressure point, and it turns off if I want to mute it. It's a lot easier to do that than to try to find that one button on the back, at least for me. That's pretty much your hardware rundown on these. These 3 keys, the G1, G2, and G3, are programmable. You can use them for whatever you want. Actually, I'm going to turn this on so you can see the lighting on it. See if you can see that, where the lights are at. So both G key or G symbols on the side light up, as well as the 2 strips on the back. There is not anything on the front. I generally have mine off to save battery, which is what we'll talk about while I brought up the topic. The battery says that it'll last up to 12 hours with the lighting off at 50% volume, and around 8 hours or so with the lighting on at 50% volume. I've actually probably gotten close to that. I probably, easily 8 to 10 hours, if not more. I've never really calculated it, but 2 or 3 gaming sessions easy out of these, 2 to 3 hours at a time, no issues, just plug them in at the bottom. At the bottom, we have a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack for input, as well as a micro USB for charging and input as well. That's it for the headset. What's included in the box? You get a set of RCA to headphone jack cables, or one cable there. You also get a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, both ends, as well as, and it does have it has a mic on off, play pause. You can use it as a headset or just a mic, and a volume rocker. Or sorry, this is for if you want to use the mic in here, or if you want to use the mic on the headset. This is braided, by the way. I don't know if you can tell in the video. These are actually really nice cables. They're braided cables. That one is, and the charging cable, data cable, is also a nice braided, soft material braided cable. Goes back in here. These do support 7.1 surround sound when running using the Logitech gaming software on the PC. You don't get the 7.1 if you're working on your PS4 or the Xbox, and I don't believe mobile or home theater supported either. The dongle, which is USB, also has, if you'll notice here on the end, has a 3.5 millimeter input. Now, this gives you a little more flexibility. Like I said, I don't think I mentioned this yet. You can run up to 3 sources at one time into the headset. So you can run two here. So if you're running this off of a PC, you've got your digital PC input, as well as the 3.5 millimeter input, as well as you can run a headphone input on this end. So you can actually have three things playing at a time. If you're gaming and you want to hook it up so that you can accept phone calls or whatnot, you can do all that at once and not have to turn one off to use the next or whatnot. So, excuse me, gives you some flexibility there. This also works, and I tested it with like just a normal USB 1 amp charger. You can plug it into the wall if you wanted, just you're cleaning the living room or whatnot. You can plug a device using a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, MP3 player or whatnot, or your phone, and you can actually plug this directly into the wall and use it with just this input directly to your wireless headset. It was just a thought of mine. I was curious if it worked, and it does. The 7.1 surround sound is not true 7.1. There are only two drivers in these. They are 1.6 inch drivers, one in each one. So you're not going to get true surround sound. It is emulated. But I have found that I have been able to get pretty good sound out of it when I'm playing games and stuff. I can tell where things are, if they're behind me, in front of me, left or right. So you still get a very good feel of where things are with a 7.1. And one nice thing that Logitech did do is, let's say your battery runs out, you can still use these with a 3.5 millimeter cable and headphone jack with the power turned off. So even with the battery dead, you can turn it off and still run an analog input and still get sound out of both of them, just like they're a normal set of unpowered headphones. So nice as a backup. Don't think I've ever used it because the battery on these lasts quite a while. Let's see, volume on these, they actually get pretty decently loud, and the frequency response, there's been a couple times it's caught me off guard and actually gotten really low on the bass, and it actually surprised me how low they got. And you could actually hear it and kind of feel in your ears a little bit if you have the volume cranked up a little bit. Sound quality is great for my opinion. Very, very clear. I haven't heard really any muddled sounds, distortion stuff. It really isn't there. They're very clear. I generally don't listen to them all the way up. I would probably say 3/4 or less. So I haven't noticed any distortion, anything like that. Sound quality is great. Let's see. That's pretty much it. I gave these on my website. I gave them about a 4.5 out of 5. Quality is good. I haven't had any issues with things not working, any issues with the pads or the build quality. The cables that came with them were, the braided, excellent quality cables. So I gave this a 4.5 out of 5 on my website scoring. I love them. I use them for my gaming. It's pretty much exclusively what I use them for. My only thing that I wish these had is Bluetooth. That would have been basically the perfect headset. They would have been able to connect to everything. Right now, the only thing I can't connect to these is my No Pixel 2 XL, because it doesn't have a headphone jack. But I generally I've got other headphones that I use with that. So it's not a deal breaker, but it definitely would have been the perfect addition to make this a perfect headset. That's pretty much the only reason why I gave them a 4.5, is they didn't have Bluetooth for the wireless connectivity there. But other than that, I love this headset. Logitech does make I think it's a 633 model that is not wireless. It only runs input, but it's pretty much the same headphones besides the wireless. Watch Amazon for these. You can get them. I got mine for $99. I caught them on a one-day sale. I have been watching them at about the $140 range for a few months, and just happened to catch them on the day that they went down to $99. Purchased them right then. Logitech has them on their website for $199, but you can catch them on sales as low as, like I said, as low as $99, but very common to find them in the $130 to $140 range. Definitely good headset, especially if you're gaming. I wouldn't pick anything else. I'm a little biased. I'm a Logitech fan, but with the no issues that I've had and the quality, I love them. We'll see you next time.